89.9 FM. Also, we're taking donations for the community radio station. You can donate by going to Cash App Eden Media Services, or you can call and contact us at 832-443-9499. Again, that number is 832-443-9499. Looking forward to hearing from you from our community radio station. And our motto is, we tell our stories our way.
89.9 Kbob, Tulsa. Yeah. Black on Black Community Radio. Streaming at Kbob899.com.
Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews, spotlighting local businesses, to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Mr. Molly Wilson.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, and on www.kbob899.com, or tuning in to any of our News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Mr. Molly Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, January 26, 2022. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on your News You Can Use media networks, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them. You can call in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So, on today's show, bullying. Do you know the signs, and where can you find help?
We'll also talk about suicide. What are the signs and intervention assistance available?
And of course, our Hump Day hot topics, which are Florida bill taking aim at critical race theory approved. Morehouse College creates Institute for Black Male Research. Virginia mom allegedly threatens school over mask mandate. New truck driver apprenticeship program. Birthdays, and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on your News You Can Use media networks, powered by World One Development. We'll be right back, you guys. Put on your seatbelt and get ready.
This week's episode of News You Can Use is sponsored by the United to Fulfill the Dream Education for Scholars annual fundraiser, taking place Saturday, February 19th at the Greenwood Cultural Center from 1 to 3 p.m. The United to Fulfill the Dream Education for Scholarship program offers community awareness programs and after-school and summer programs for the youth. Now, their goal is to raise $125,000 for scholarships and programs, and this event will feature guest speaker Ms. Janice Pond and will honor two educators that serve in the North Tulsa community, Dr. Ebony Johnson and Mr. Elton Sykes. The McLean High School for Science and Technology Band will also be featured in the program, along with Miss LaShawn Stokes of Real Life Outreach Worship Center. For more info on this great event, please visit educationforscholars.org/events.
The 36th Street North Event Center is a full-scale event center where we share the experiences of the community. At the Event Center, you can rent space for weddings, birthday parties, receptions, concerts, Greek events, quinceañeras, and much more. We also do custom decor, linen, and centerpieces. We're located at 1125 East 36th Street North. To book your next special event, business gathering, or community event, call us at 918-200-9046.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Pastor Tim.
And Nicole.
And we want to encourage you guys to tune in
into
the His and Her Show, Living the Dream Show. We talk about so many issues, from real estate, community events and activities, and so much more.
That's right. We talk about business, helping you succeed, the hustle, and tips to help you and your family and home. Tune into the His and Her Living the Dream Show every Sunday night.
Right here on 89.9 KBOB.
Check us out on Facebook at His and Her Living the Dream Show.
P&J Publishing Incorporated announces a new book release, The Entrepreneurial Woman. The World is Your Playground by Angela K. Chambers, MES. Available right now for pre-order at payhip.com/B/NB_A_C. The book release is set to hit June 1st, 2020. If you're ready to publish your book, visit us online at www.pnjpublishing.com. Unleash. P&J Publishing Incorporated announces a new book release, The Entrepreneurial Woman. The World is Your Playground by Angela K. Chambers, MES. Available right now for pre-order at payhip.com/B/NB_A_C. The book release is set to hit June 1st, 2020. If you're ready to publish your book, visit us online at www.pnjpublishing.com. Unleash that book that's inside of you with P&J Publishing.
Everybody's talking about you and her together. Sickle cell disease is the #1 genetic blood disorder in the world that can cause many health complications throughout an individual's life. Over 1,700 people in Oklahoma live with the daily challenges of sickle cell disease. Thousands more carry the sickle cell trait.
Supporters of Family with Sickle Cell Disease is an exclusive, comprehensive organization that serves Oklahoma's sickle cell community. Our mission is to effect systematic change in the areas of patient care, education, advocacy, and awareness, and to improve the quality of life for sickle cell patients and their families.
Supporters of Families offers programs such as mentoring, advocacy and family support, sickle cell camp, and much more.
We have 2 offices, one in Tulsa, one in Oklahoma City. You also can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And then for more information, you can call 918-619-6174 or go to www.sicklecelloklahoma.org.
Hey, Mama, I made it to radio. It's Angela K. Chambers and
your finest, Sandia O'Bell.
With Refocus and Informed Radio Talk Show on KBOB 89.9 FM.
Please join us live stream on Facebook at KBOB 89.9 starting at 2 o'clock every Thursday.
And live stream 24/7 at KBOB899.com.
See you there.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and Simulcast on your News You Can Use media networks, powered by World One Development.
And we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, 1, so we can support, and 2, so we can be informed.
I'm Charles Harper, Executive Director of World One Development, which includes Fitting Back In, EduRec Youth and Family Fund Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Oklahoma Community Support Coalition. My job, because the world wants to know, is financial stability and infrastructure for our community development projects, and I am so excited and I am so elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Executive Director of Operations for World One Development. Y'all heard that great music? That's me.
There you go.
And my job is creating, monitoring, and enforcing protocol for each of our community development projects. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this show.
Damali, how you doing?
Cold.
Cold. It is a little chilly.
Mm-hmm.
Was it warm like Monday? I think. Wasn't it warm Monday? Yes.
Yeah. Monday was warm.
60 something.
Yeah.
And then, today, it'll make you think it's warm.
See, this is why I was in sinus jail.
But if you stick your foot out that door, you're going to be in sinus jail and all kind of stuff. So you got to put on a couple layers today. It looks nice outside.
Deceiving.
very deceiving.
Yes, it's cold out there.
I know, but I'm doing pretty good. It's hump day, man. I don't want to tell you how many secret listeners we have on. I'm not even going to say that today.
Hey, secret people.
I'm just going to say it's a lot of them. Boy, our secret listeners becoming more than our regular audience. But you know what? We love and appreciate our secret listeners.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We see y'all.
I tell y'all what, it's a good time to share this show right now. You know why? Because we get into some good stuff today.
Yes.
It's a whole lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
Do we have breaking news, or that's just us?
We got a little breaking news. It says here in a report, the United States has handed Russia a written response to demands and says it's up to the Kremlin on how to proceed. Now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there is a possible invasion of Ukraine, which could take place today. And the United States has already sent somewhere around 8,000 plus troops to support NATO. So we'll keep you up to date on what's going on. I don't know why they would want to go to war during a pandemic.
Me neither.
Don't make no sense.
There's so many other important issues we could be talking about, but for some reason, I hear Russia wants control of Ukraine. So if there's something else comes about that, we'll let you know. But there are troops on the ground from the United States over in Ukraine surrounding this issue to help NATO with the possible outbreak of an invasion by Russia. Right? Now as we speak.
Well, let's just say this. Let's be in prayer.
Yes.
For our troops and for those that are serving. So everybody with family members, or if it's you, then we praying for you guys, one.
Yes.
Because we want you to be safe while you're there, because like you said, that's like a war within a war.
Exactly.
We got still the war on the Omicron and Delta and all that going on.
Yeah,
so to add that to it, it definitely adds a level of frustration. You know what? I'm a little sunburned today. You know why? Just a little bit.
Why is that?
Because today marks 2 years that Kbob and Gigi died in that tragic helicopter
that was
accident.
Terrible. Yeah.
And I'm trying to get my energy up.
Yeah.
But Kbob, Gigi, and the other 7 to 9 that passed away, we can all remember where we were.
Absolutely.
And what we was doing when we heard that news.
Yep.
But today is that day, so if you can keep the Bryant family and the other families that was lost in that tragic helicopter crash 2 years ago today, then think about them, say a prayer for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And while we're talking about that, let's also send up a prayer to Regina King, actress Regina King. She actually lost her son, Ian, to suicide.
Right.
Which is one of the topics that we're going to talk about today. He was 26 years old, her only child.
Right.
So that's even more disheartening. I cannot even imagine, what she must be going through and that family is going through. So let's make sure we keep them lifted in prayer.
All right. So let's kick it off like this. We would like to thank and appreciate our first responders, healthcare professionals, food providers, restaurant workers, and essential workers for their services on the front lines during this time. It's great how organizations and churches in the community are coming together to help those in the community during this coronavirus epidemic.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
We appreciate you, and we love you.
Absolutely love you guys and appreciate you. I'm feeling a little somber too today. You know why?
Why is that?
I'm missing AJ.
I know.
We had him for 2 weeks in a row, right?
2 weeks. That's a lot of energy.
Yes, I'm missing AJ.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, you don't have to miss him as much. You know why?
Why?
Because he's on live.
Hey, AJ.
All the way from the J-Bone Lounge down in Jacksonville, Arkansas. Came down here and hit Black Wall Street with a bang.
Man,
AJ, you might have to call in.
Yes, he was like that third wheel,
He was that third wheel in the middle of the wheel. That's a church song, my bad.
Jamali got spoiled.
Yes.
I know she was just sitting back and rolling.
I'm chilling.
AJ had the doors, had a hot coffee and cocoa ready for her. And she was like, man, you can tell she all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And then
he's a true ambassador of NYCU.
Absolutely. Couldn't ask for a better ambassador.
And a great all-around guy. So.
Yeah. Yes. No. Yeah. So we miss him today. Yeah.
So AJ, we know you're listening in. We love you, man. We miss you. But we do have some other listeners in joining us, along with our about 75 to 100 secret listeners. We have the Missy Birmingham on.
Hey.
Welcome to the show, Miss Ernestine Broom.
Hey, Miss Broom.
She the soldier for fitting back in. She held it down like a champ. We got Cornelius Dixon, a.k.a. Cowboy Blue.
Hey, Corn.
Colleen Texas in the building. Then your mama is on.
Hey, mommy.
Shoot, mama is on the comeback, boy.
I know, right?
I seen her the other day. She in there like Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, she on the comeback.
She moving like a butterfly and stinging like a bee, Mom.
Yes.
Welcome to the show. We already said Mr. Energizer. We also have J. Cole out of Houston, Texas.
Hey, Jay.
Tuning in with us, we got Miss Stacy Nicholas Reese out of Little Rock.
Hey, Stacy.
That's my Sarah. She said, hey, Damali and Charles, hey, we sending love your way for sure. We got Wyatt Kenner.
Hey, Wyatt.
On as well.
Yeah.
In the building. What's going on? Good to see you. Miss Carla over there at Mid First.
Hey, Carla.
You know she doing big stuff. Thanks for tuning in.
We're going to have to go to lunch.
We got a lot more that's on, and we'll come back to it. But Namala, we get into a real situation today. What we got going on?
Yes. So today's topic, and it's a somber one, but it's something that we need to talk about,
right?
Because that's what this show is all about. Is we're bringing issues and talking about this in community, so we can figure out how we can address these issues, in our community, right?
Yes.
And so bullying, that's been around since the beginning of time. Were you bullied as a kid? I bet you weren't.
No, they didn't bully me.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest with you. You can check my track record. No, I'm not saying it in that kind of way. But I used to bite and throw stuff. When people bite, it's the worst thing to do is get bit. And I used to throw stuff. So people that's biting and throwing stuff, you're like, you know what?
Stop it.
I can't deal with him.
Too much.
I used to deal with the bullies because I didn't like to see people being bullied.
Yeah.
So I can say I used to do that. If I seen somebody being bullied, I'll roll up on them.
Yes. So if you don't know the definition of bullying, it is repeated, unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children that involves real or perceived power imbalance.
Right.
So if you got muscles like Charles and there's a little scrawny guy, then you would bully, people bully the smaller guy.
Well, let me say this.
Not Charles.
Back in the day, I was welcome to a Slim Jim. I was welcome to a Slim Jim until about the 8th grade. I got a muscle or two, but you hit me with the question, Damali. Hey, you out here impacting the community, impacting the world. So were you bullied in any form of fashion in school?
Absolutely was. Absolutely was.
For real?
Absolutely.
Somebody bullied you?
Absolutely. Was the nicest person in the world, didn't bother nobody because that's how my mother raised us. Don't bother nobody. But if somebody, come at you, you better bring the noise.
Oh my goodness.
And I was actually bullied.
No. You just said something slick. I can't let you get by. Now you said, your mama said, if somebody bullied you, bring the noise.
You better ask her. Yeah.
What does bring the noise? I need to know.
That means you better get them.
So were you bullied where, okay, I can take care of myself, or you actually felt like, man, I'm being bullied?
I actually felt like I was being bullied.
Wow.
I can remember I don't know, I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and I had a fight every single day. Every day.
In the 3rd or 4th grade?
And the reason why this girl, and I'm not going to call no names because some of y'all might know her, but anyway, I grew up in a house.
Right.
Right? I'm a kid. I don't got nothing to do with where we live, And this young lady lived in Mohawk Apartments.
Right.
So they were.
Don't give her address now.
I ain't gonna give her address.
Somebody gonna be like, man, go over there and find little Shay Shay. She used to bully them all. We gonna ride on her today. So don't give the whole address.
But she did, and so she, when she was asked why she, picked a fight with me every single day.
Right.
And she said because she thinks she's better than I am because she live in a house and I live in an apartment. I'm like, girl, I didn't even know where you live.
And Charles, you know what happened right there, right?
What's that?
Damali brought the noise.
I had to bring the noise. I had to do it. Because when I got home, my mama was going to say, what happened?
Just like that.
She brought the noise. The public enemy number one.
I know.
How many times did you win?
All of them. And she even brought.
No, hold on.
Hold on. Ask my mama.
JB,
my mama ain't gonna lie to
you. I
you.
already figured that out because JB, she said earlier, her mama said if somebody put their hands on her, bring the noise.
Call mama.
It sounds like anybody that's bringing noise probably not gonna lose if their mama told them to bring it.
Right.
You public enemy number one.
My mom was born and raised on Greenwood, baby.
And let me say this, guys. Even though we're laughing a little bit, it's not a laughing manner. It's just that we're creating a platform that we can talk about it because it's a very, very serious issue.
Right.
And it seems like it's growing even more nowadays.
Right.
Back in the day.
That's the thing. If you were going to be bullied, if you were getting bullied by someone and you end up, they just wouldn't leave you alone. I mean, even though they knew they wouldn't go in the fight. I mean,
like every day.
That had to be
Yeah, and it was
She was
torture
dealing with
because,
something.
like with me, for
Right.
me, I'm like, man, I know when we get out here to this playground, this girl, so I'm walking outside, like dreading going outside. I should be happy because I'm going to get on the monkey bars or whatever, but I'm dreading going outside because I'm like, I know this girl is somewhere around her.
This is not funny at all, Damali. So
Yes.
I'm not being funny, but I'm just saying I could just see that you was a nice, sweet kid, but I just see you turning into the Tasmanian devil and just, I can't take it, and just scream and start going over the monkey bars. And okay,
She wasn't having it.
I wasn't having it.
because you know how much passion and energy Damali has.
Oh, yeah.
So you can only imagine if she's upset about
Yeah.
somebody for doing something to her. But
So
Damali,
you have anxiety and you feel stressed, because I'm like,
Right.
man, I got to go out here and deal with this girl. I know she's somewhere. I'm looking around like, where's she
And
at?
you like, I got to deal with this every day. Like,
Every day.
Oh my God. Y'all,
Yes.
the school wouldn't do nothing about it?
No, they would just call our parents. My mama would come up to the school yet again. The girl would get kicked out for a couple of days, whatever. But, she was back at school and it was back on again.
well, let's do this. We talked about what bullying. Read that definition of bullying one more time, and we're going to get into some of the effects of kids that are bullied.
So bullying is repeated, unwanted, aggressive behavior among school-age children that involves real or perceived power imbalance.
Right.
So I guess the girl thought because she, I wasn't hood enough, I guess, because I lived in a house and she lived in the projects. So that's why she wanted to fight me every day, I suppose. But she learned that day and the next day and the next day and the next day.
And what you get into is people taking your lunch money.
Yeah.
People trying to talk your shoes. And sometimes these things happen because of subgrouping, meaning certain kids feel like they're a little bit more well off, than others. So because they don't have the Jordans or if they don't have the certain kind of clothes, then we have to start having a conversation about this, because I don't think young kids really understand the effect. And don't let, like when we was little, don't be dark skinned. Oh, look at she black, he black.
What you mean dark skin? What about light skin?
Light skin, dark. No, light skin was in when I was young. Nowadays, I think the black are in. So JB, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, you might be out. You might
I
tap
don't
that.
know.
That kind of flips.
But either way it go, it's still a form of bullying. It don't matter.
It is.
So, bullying there are several types of bullying. You get the verbal bullying, which is the teasing, the name calling, the threatening. You get social bullying, which is hurting someone's reputation or relationship, or trying to embarrass people in public or spreading rumors about somebody, right? Then you also get the physical bullying, which is hurting a person's body or possessions, like hitting, spitting, taking or breaking things like you were just talking about.
Right.
And then we also have cyberbullying.
Wow, cyberbullying.
Where we're doing
The
stuff
internet
because we're in
gangsters
that.
be real.
Man, they are real, ain't they?
Can I do a few shout outs?
Sure,
We got a
sure,
lot of
sure.
people in the building. We appreciate all y'all tuning in, and we want to definitely get what's going on. If you local or from another state, let us know what could be going on with you or your kids regarding bullying. So what I'll do is Pastor Douglas Allen is on.
Hey,
welcome
Pastor
to the
Doug.
show. Angela is on. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
Angela.
Michael E. Smith, he said, good afternoon. What are your thoughts on yesterday's invasion?
Envision Community.
Oh, we're going to talk about that a little bit
little
later, but we got some good thoughts on that. Mr. Polo Pile out of St. Louis, he's in the building.
Hey.
He said, man, he is in the house. We got your uncle. Brian is in the
Hey,
building.
Uncle Brian.
He said, hey, guys, Teresa Elliott, my sister.
Hey, older
your
sister.
What's going? I bet didn't nobody bully Teresa. You never know. Teresa, let us know. Let me know, because you bully me.
Tried.
And then my wife is on. She said, good show topic. Welcome to the show from Hillcrest out there, Oklahoma Heart. Sean DeBose is in the building.
Sean, where you been?
We got a lot of people on. Damali, this bullying stuff must be real.
Yes.
If you listening in, if you got bullied, let us know so we can read it on the air, and maybe some things that you did to deal with that. Or if your kids or your sibling was bullied, like Damali said, how did you deal with that? So back to what you were saying, Damali.
Yeah, and so the thing about that is, so we talked about, just a little bit about how I felt, but some of the things that I found in the research that I did was the effects that this has on kids who are bullied is that they feel depression, anxiety, sadness, loneliness. There's some kids, they have changes in their sleep patterns, their eating patterns, they have health complaints.
Right.
Some kids will lie and say, I'm sick and I got a cold and stuff, just so they don't have to go to school and deal with that drama. Because it's just too much, decrease academic and school participation.
So if those grades stop dropping, that's typically a sign of something.
Yeah, something's going on.
Now, let me tell you something that I also noticed. It's not just the people that have less that get bullied. I remember like some of the super popular cheerleaders and stuff would get
Yes.
bullied because of jealousy, just because long hair,
They end up-
kind of cute, whatever it is,
Yeah.
that I would notice. So this bullying goes all across all spectrums. It don't mean rich or poor, black or white, green or yellow. You can get bullied for any reason.
So I can even remember, my mother was in the Nation of Islam, and I've shared this before. And so, I dressed different.
Right.
Because in the nation, sometimes, we had to wear our hair covered. We had to wear long sleeves, even though it's 192 degrees outside.
Right.
But, just certain things that we had to do. And because I was different, me and my brother, we were different, then people would, rag on us and talk about us, because we were different.
Right.
Which I think for some people that puts you into the depression, suicide. For other people, like for me in particular, it just made me just where I was able to just deal with being by myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, whatever.
Which is not good, because now, okay, while she is a loner, while she's there, and then they don't know when you sitting by yourself what you're thinking about, because when you're a kid, you sitting thinking about all kind of stuff.
Right.
It makes me think about these school shootings.
That's one of the symptoms.
It makes me think about these school shootings, because see, now it's a different time. I would say when we were young, I don't remember ever a school getting shot up like that.
I don't recall that.
But bullying, a lot of times you can tell, kind of leads to things like that. And I know we're going to have to take a break in about 5 minutes. So let's get into some of the signs of bullying.
So before we do that, let's do the effect of bullying of the bullies. Because, there's an effect on them as well.
Right.
And so what I found out is that as these people get older, these people who have been bullying, when you're in your elementary years, right? Then they end up with alcohol and drug abuse as adolescents and adults.
Wow.
They end up being in fights. They end up vandalizing property. They end up dropping out of school early. Most of them don't even graduate.
I believe that is 100% true. And let me tell you something, because I know it's a lot of layers, because people that don't know, I was a counselor for 8 years and dealt with a lot of that stuff too.
Sure.
And a lot of times bullying comes from being bullied.
Absolutely.
Or domestic violence, or something going on at home.
In the household.
Even though we're not getting into that today, we're going to stick right here, but we're getting into some things where we can educate each other so that we can be safer out here.
And so that's the other thing. So not only do these people drop out of school, but they end up having sexual activity early.
Right.
Early in life. Criminal convictions, traffic citations, and domestic abuse
are
all the things that people who have bullied end up suffering.
Your sister, Teresa, said a bully is a real coward. I can't stand a bully. I want to beat them up. For being a bully, that's what I said. I will stand up for the underdog.
That's what I said. People tried it with my sister,
and they didn't come out.
You gonna learn today.
You know what? I don't even know why they did that. Because when I look at her,
she don't play.
Her non-verbals are like, sit down, relax yourself.
Right. Or else.
You know how certain people you look at, and when they look at you, right there, but everybody don't get the sign.
They don't get it.
But Teresa, that's good, because you do need people that are willing to stand up for those who are being bullied, because some people just don't have it in them to be fighting and all of that stuff.
Right. Right. And so some of the signs of bullying that you may notice with your kid, and right now we're talking about kids, but adults are bullied too.
All the same.
Just a little bit different.
We call that a hostile work environment.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so signs of bullying: unexplained injuries. If your kid comes in and you be like, "Hey, what happened to you?" "Oh, I tripped."
Right.
You tripped 7 days in a row. How did that happen?
That's not good.
Yeah. Lost or destroyed personal belongings.
Right.
Your folders is ripped up. Your
backpack is all torn up, and your hat is all ripped up. Your jacket is what
happened?
And they telling you, "Oh, I fell."
Yeah, and it slid down the street. Really? Okay. Frequent alleged illnesses. That's what I talked about before. I'm sick and I can't go to school. My stomach hurt.
Ain't nothing wrong.
But you just don't want to go there. Yeah. Running away from home. Is one of the signs. Harming yourself. I know a lot of people that cut. And did that cutting.
Right.
Decreased self-esteem and avoidance of social situations. So those are some of the signs. I mean, there's a lot more, but those are some of the main signs. If you see those, then you might want to be having a conversation with your kid.
And we'll say, as a parent, we know just the hustle and bustle of this world keeps you busy. You got to run out, but take a little extra time to take these things that we are talking about, be a little bit more, visual on what's going on. You know,
My
some of
Uncle
those
Brian,
things.
my Uncle Brian is hilarious.
What'd he say?
So he said, I went through it when I went to school, and my grandfather brought his shotgun to the school to take care of the bullies. But you can't do that today. That is hilarious, but that I'm telling you, you know.
That's it.
That's it. You know.
You know what I just figured out why I did not get bullied at? Because I know we have to go to break. I thought it was all me. It wasn't about me and my muscles.
What was that?
My sisters.
Man, now your sisters, they ain't playing no game, baby.
Are the reason why I didn't get
Try
bullied.
it if you want to.
With my sisters right now today, we might as well still be and as big as I am. You can't, if you do something, I'm just telling y'all, don't let, and I love my sisters.
Don't do it.
Didn't they call you Baby Suge back in the day?
No, they call me Baby Suge.
They
call me all kind of stuff.
Right.
So you was huge. That's why nobody messed with you.
But I'm telling you.
But before that,
no,
he wasn't that big.
No, I wasn't that. It's a process.
No, them sisters.
But I tell you what, another thing that's crazy is why all the black men out here committing suicide.
Man.
Suicide numbers are through the roof. What's happening? Because we don't talk about our brothers and everybody else,
right.
But suicide is crazy. We're going to get into that next. This is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on your News You Can Use in the Media Network, powered by World One Development. We'll be right back, guys.
And this week's episode of News You Can Use is sponsored by the United to Fulfill the Dream Education for Scholars annual fundraiser, taking place Saturday, February 19th at the Greenwood Cultural Center from 1 to 3 p.m. For more information on this great event, visit educationforscholars.org/events.
Back In is a reintegration program designed to help those released from prison to fit back into the community as productive, valuable members of society. They help schedule various classes such as anger management, substance abuse, and mental health. They also work with different programs in the community to provide job training. If you or someone you know needs help with resources in career development, employment, or housing, to find out more information, call 918-592-3500 or stop by 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Citizens United for a Better Educational System, better known as Qbs. We stand together to fight COVID-19 and its variants with a layered approach. Let's make our schools safe. Educate, vaccinate, wear masks, social distance, and wash your hands. Qbs cares about our community.
To save the children.
Hi, I'm Denise Parker with Midtown Embroidery. We do it all from any type of promotionals, from screen printing, embroidery, school uniforms, Greek lettering, workwear, monogramming. There's no job too big or too small and no location too far. Let us be your one-stop shop. We're located at 2808 East 15th Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74104. Our phone number is 918-982-3254. Our email address is denise.tulsamidtown@gmail.com. Thank you.
How to order chicken wings. Number 1, find a good wing spot.
I know a wing spot, Max Wings.
Number 2, decide if you want a combo or if you want to order a la carte.
Huh? What's that?
Well, combos come with chicken, veggie sticks, fries, and a drink for a discounted price. A la carte means that you order each item separately.
Okay.
3, decide if you want bone-in, boneless, or cauliflower wings, and then determine the delicious flavor you want on your wings.
I didn't even know cauliflower had wings.
You learn something new every day. Have you been to Max Wings?
Yep.
Max Wings is located at 782 East Pine Street in Tulsa. We're open Monday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Come to Max Wings, home of the dry rub fries.
Hey, it's Denise with Addie Mae's Food for the Soul, where we cater to vegan, pescatarian, and everyday sultry soul food. We have meatloaf Mondays, taco Tuesdays, chicken wing Wednesday, turkey and dressing Thursday, fish Fridays, barbecue Saturdays, and Sundays is our sultry soul foods. We're located at 5266 North Peoria. You can contact us for call-in orders at 918-845-2989, and we also deliver with DoorDash. Hope to see you soon.
Hey, this is news you can use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on your News You Can Use Media Networks, powered by World One Development, and we are back. Damali.
Yes.
The ambassador from Arkansas, Mr. J-Bone, Mr.
Yes.
AJ, Mr. Energizer,
Yes.
said, is there a way to have bullies back down, and can you make this stop without getting physical? Now, you already said,
want to know.
You said bring the noise, so you don't know nothing else but to bring the noise and go home and tell your mama that you undefeated in the streets. So you can't answer it. But AJ, what I'll add to it, there are other measures that you can do if you are being bullied. Number one, let somebody know.
That's right.
Whether that's friends, family, teacher, counselor, or whomever. You can definitely do that first because you want to find other measures before you bring the noise. That's for sure.
Right.
Jeremiah Watts said he's watching. What's
Hey,
up?
Jeremiah.
That's Two Dogs every Tuesday from 6 to 8
Don't
right here
do
on
it.
KBOB 89.9 FM.
I knew he was going to do
They
it.
get down just like that. Jessica Brown tuning in all the way from Beard, Arkansas. That's
Hey,
my
Jessica.
hometown. What's going on in the B-Town? Thanks for chiming in. Damali,
Yes.
before we switch gears to suicide, with this pandemic,
Yes.
kids being at home, schools being closed, parents still trying to go to work, this cyberbullying and social media bullying, I
Yes.
think really escalated and kind of started to go a little crazy.
Absolutely, because by you being at home now, or back in the day, if you were at home, then out of sight, out of mind, right? But now, because of this huge social media presence, that these kids have access to, it's just constant. They can just bombard you and talk about you and put up memes and do all this old crazy stuff that we never even thought about. When we were coming up as kids, you know?
Absolutely. And I can say this now, I'm an empty nester now, and I'm very happy about that. But this time last year, my daughter was still in school. And the one thing I can say about social media is every morning they trying to find the sunlight through the blinds to take the best selfie and all of that. Then if somebody don't like the picture, they got to pull it back down.
Yeah.
And I just think that social media kind of sets up people because you're
For
looking
failure,
to post something and somebody say, oh, you look good, but if don't nobody say nothing or they put a mean face or they that still is a form of bullying.
It is.
You
It
know,
is absolutely
pretty sad.
Very sad.
And now here in Tulsa, I just want to ask you because there was a 10-year-old, here,
Yes. So
as
we'll
we
talk
switch
about
gears.
that, as we switch gears. So suicide is also a result or could be a result. Now, it's not 100% that every person who
Correct.
kills themselves is because they were bullied.
Definitely not.
So
But
we're not saying that, but it is one of the leading causes to suicide. Bullying is.
So what is suicide?
So suicide is death caused by injury to oneself with the intent to die. See, it's all about your intent.
Man.
With the intent to die.
Damali, what is going? Well, I can say this. It's pretty sad, and this is just my perspective.
Yes.
We're just living in a world, and we're just living into a society where it's so much division, it's so much hate, it's so much this group against that group, and all of that. I just think a lot of that stuff is a recipe for people to be like, man, what kind of world am I living in? I'd rather be gone.
That's true.
Because some people just can't see
past
that to
what's
the sunny
happening.
day.
Yeah, exactly. Jeremiah said they need to just block people when they, bullying them, doing that cyberbullying.
That cyberbullying is.
You need to, but see, for kids, Jeremiah, it's all the, about having how many friends you got, how many likes you got,
TikTok, and all. It's so much. I can tell you this: when I got to speak about my kids and her friends, when they are not on social media, their life, their grades, their attitude, their self-esteem, and everything is much, much better. So for some of the parents, you may want to consider sometimes just telling your kids to take a break, or you might even need to take a break.
But then that's a reason for you to be bullied because you ain't on social media, so you don't know what's happening. So you are L7, you a square.
I think that's out of sight, out of mind. If I'm not on social media and I'm taking care of my business, I'm not worried about no square out of sight, out of mind.
But you're almost 50.
But what I'm saying is with my daughter
child,
personally, when she's off social media, because you have to go back to your own household.
Exactly.
Everything is good when she's off. When she's on, she can come down and everything is real, real good. She jump on Snapchat and she be like, Dad, today is not a good day. I'm like, because you looked at your phone? I'm talking about it's just Look, y'all, come on now. We got a lot.
It don't take much.
It don't take much. That's real.
We have a lot of people listening in. We really want y'all input because we're talking about Tulsa and our personal stuff, but we got people on here from all over the U.S. So chime in, let us know what you got
so
going.
Jessica says social media is not good for kids in reality. We should use social media for the purpose it was made for. I think it has went so far. However, it's up to the parents to allow kids to do what they do. And I agree with that.
There you go.
So sometimes you got to pull that stuff back. I can remember as a kid when we did stuff, their mom be like, give me that TV.
Right.
Give me that phone out your room. You know what I'm saying? So she busts you back down to the basics. You know what I'm saying? This all you need is you need a bed in your room, and that's it. So she broke you back down to the basics. So sometimes we have to do that as parents, in this digital age. Break these kids back down to the basics.
I'm tell you what's funny. My daughter, because you just talk about the real stuff. My daughter listening in, my bad. I love you. You in Texas, you can't do nothing about it. But anyway, my wife got upset with my daughter about something. She took her phone.
Yeah.
And go to your room.
Yeah.
And then my daughter, within 5 minutes, she was like posting on social media saying my mom took my phone. Not like I don't have 4 old phones that I can't just do this and still laugh at her.
Wow.
And she was down, she downstairs. I got the best of her because I told her it was over.
And she upstairs
up there laughing on her other 4 phones, all on video, having a full concert upstairs. So parents, if you're going to take the phone, you got to take all the phones, the iPad, the computer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much stuff you don't know.
Man.
We're not trying to hate on the kids. For the youngsters that's living in, we got love for y'all, but we have to find a way to keep our young kids and adults from committing suicide, because that's what we're talking about.
Stacy says, yes, it kills her son when she takes his Chromebook.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it's like the end of the world. So let's just talk about suicide for a minute and switch gears here. So according to americashealthrankings.org, suicide is the 10th leading cause to death in the United States.
10th?
The 10th.
God.
Leading cause.
COVID be the number 9, right?
I don't know. I didn't pull the whole ranking, but we just because I was researching suicide today. But yeah, the 10th one.
But to be in the top 10, even though it's 10,
yeah.
And the reason that you pass away, meaning I'm taking my own life, not no car, COVID or nothing, but I want to get out of here. That's frightening.
Crazy. And so it is also the 4th leading cause of death for adolescents ages 15 to 19 globally. So in the world, it is the 4th leading cause of death in the world.
And that's a big reason why Damali and I are talking about this today, because we talked about the possibility. Of course, we're here.
Right.
We're talking about, because we're in North Tulsa, home of Black Wall Street. This is where we do most of our programs and projects. But when we read that, we really considering doing some pop-ups all around Tulsa, maybe the state of Oklahoma, to just bring some awareness
this is crazy.
to this issue, because we can't sit back and let our kids be dying like this and do nothing.
And listen to this. So in 2019, there were an estimated 3.5 million people who planned a suicide, 1.4 million suicide attempts, and 47,511 deaths by suicide. This is in 2019.
Wow.
So that 3.5 million people planned a suicide.
That's crazy.
That's what. Okay, so let me tell y'all. I am thankful to the Lord that I don't have suicidal thoughts or tendencies, because I understand that there are some underlying conditions that may put you in that space. But if y'all ever hear, if something happens to me and they said Damali committed suicide, y'all better investigate.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell y'all right now, and I'm saying it on the air. Investigate.
And nothing that could be that bad for you.
No.
Well, it's but you got to remember.
But that's me.
Well, here's the ticket. The show, because we're talking about you're dealing with mental health. You're dealing with stuff outside of just you, because some people got, whether it's dad, grandma, grandpa, friend. It's so many other things that comes along with suicide. Just out loud. Because sometimes if you're in a regular stable home, then no, you don't have that. You don't think about it because you may not have a reason. But you got people and kids living in some crazy situations.
The young kids, I guess anybody 12 to like probably 24.
Right.
They just growing up in a different time.
Right.
And it's tough. It is tough on them. Whether they don't have the leadership in the home.
Right.
Mother, father gone. Whatever the case may be, they're dealing with. I knew a kid that was he's 16 years old now, and he did a list of people he wanted to kill, and then he was going to kill himself after he killed those people.
Yeah.
He ended up getting suspended from school. They found the list. His mom tried to get him some help, tried to get him around some other people, different environments, and it's just a tough deal. And I talked to the kid before, and it's just they're coming from so many. They're going so many
Yes.
different directions, and trying to find their identity in life and their purpose. Sometimes somebody may have let them down.
Right.
They just feel like they don't have any hope, and I think that's a leading cause of suicide with the younger generation.
How did that make you feel for you to see that?
Right.
I just tried to talk to him and
Right.
just give him hope,
Right.
Right.
and be a good influence to him because his dad had killed himself.
Wow.
His mom wasn't really in his life.
Right.
Mhm.
So I mean, those type of situations breed the negative thoughts in the back of a kid's mind.
Absolutely.
Right.
That make them think like nobody's here for me. If
And
they
you
don't
be
have any
better off.
purpose, then they're not going to want to be able to be better or do better.
But you did
Yes.
the good thing, the right thing, because thank you for listening.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
just listened
Because
to
Just
him,
listen. Yeah, let them vent it. Get
sometimes
it off.
just listening
Yeah.
only is
Yeah.
enough for somebody to say
and I just try to change his narrative.
thought process.
Yeah, his like, bro, like you got to think about the positive.
Mhm.
Don't plant the negative seeds. Don't let that take over your mind, because if it takes over your mind, then it's tough to bounce back from that.
Right.
I know we got some listeners to say it. I'm going to read, because they at the desk, they in the building with us. What's some
Right.
of the things they said, and we can
So
speak on it?
Teresa says, we do need to go back to the basics. These kids don't know how to write in cursive and how to tell time on a clock, with kids. Please have several seats. AJ says, what are some of the signs of suicide? AJ, and I'll just tell you in my research, some of the signs are some of the signs that we talked about with bullying.
Right.
Kids cutting themselves, kids, alcohol, drugs, kids being becoming recluses and, kind of being to themselves and away from people and not wanting to, because they just feel like they don't have any outlet. And, your parents don't understand. Nobody
Right.
understands what you're going through. And so they just kind of really, go into themselves.
Absolutely. And then your uncle said a lot of people are committing suicide because of the ongoing symptoms of COVID.
Yeah,
And
because,
sometimes people breathing capacity with their lungs
Mhm.
don't go back to normal. Their
Mhm.
quality of life is totally changed. And sometimes when you can't go back to what you was prior to,
Right.
you just never know what people's thought process
And another
are.
part of that is too, some people are so social. See, like for me, I can go either way. I can be around people, or I can be at the house chilling by myself. I'll make a party no matter where I'm at.
Yeah.
But some people are not like that. Some people need interaction with other people. And so that's what, some of the statistics that I read was about as far as people committing suicide because of COVID is because the isolation.
Can I add this?
Uh-huh.
I went through a divorce a year and a half ago, and it wasn't that I was suicidal, but I had thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
My mind was in a lot of different places.
Right.
I had to focus on work.
Right.
Why my relationship was falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with my children
Right.
over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Got these 19 different tasks in front of me I got to take on.
Yeah.
A lot going on. And you just get bogged down.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I wasn't suicidal.
Right.
I didn't ever have thoughts of hurting myself. But there was always something in the back of my mind that made me feel like, where did I mess up at? What did I do? What did I do wrong?
Right.
And those things can eat at you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it's so, JB, how did you work through that though? I mean,
How did I work through it? I'm gonna be honest with you. Working.
Yes.
I mean,
refocusing. Yeah.
because if I let I found myself, if I let myself get in that wormhole, so to speak,
Yep.
that it's hard to get out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and you just stay there.
Right.
And when you're there, you're just there.
And you go deeper and deeper
but
and
then
deeper.
JB got people like me and you that's
You guys were initial in helping me stay busy,
right,
and
doing things to stay in on a positive note. Keeping people like y'all around me. I mean,
yeah.
Because here's the thing,
you guys seen it.
Yeah.
When,
yeah.
when
We did.
crazy things are happening to you personally in your life,
Mhm.
it don't matter how much the good things that are going on in the community,
Right.
your sisters and brothers and
Yeah.
none of that means nothing
Right.
when your own life is in turmoil.
It's in turmoil. That's right.
And that's what people miss sometimes. Oh, well, your son graduated from school, your daughter is doing this, and your mama doing this. Well, yeah, but this is what I'm going through.
And
That's
the
good.
worst thing I see is when the guy, that one video where the guy, he goes and kills his current girlfriend kills his ex-wife,
right,
and then turns around and kills himself. That happens a lot.
Yeah.
Murder. What did it? Murder suicide. They got murder suicide, and it's just like, yo, like, why would you? You know, nobody was. Maybe nobody was there to help him.
Yeah.
Cope with what he did, whatever he was dealing with.
Heartbreak is a real deal.
That's
when
a real
you think
thing.
about it, that heartbreak thing is tough. And I want to jump because Crash, aka Jamel Colborn, he said 5 to 24-year-olds is what I believe he said in terms of that age group. Right. And then I got Mr. Greg Dotson on. That's my partner. He called me Parlez-vous Francais. I got Anita on.
Okay. Hey.
Damali. Yeah. Man, it's suicide.
So I'm going to hit a few of these other statistics because we kind of running out of time here. But so according to the statistics, firearms were involved in half of all suicides.
Man.
In half of all suicides, firearms were involved, and there were twice as many deaths by suicide than by homicide. Data shows that Oklahomans who have died by suicide increased by 62% since 2006. So there have been 833 deaths in Oklahoma by suicide.
800 and how many?
33.
In Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma.
That's a lot.
And check this out. Suicides among Black Oklahomans have doubled from 2016 to 2020.
That's another reason why we did this, because we talk about everybody, but we got to talk about us, because we always talk about it's not many of us in the population.
Yeah.
But when all of a sudden we done doubled in our suicide,
something going on.
Not only that, there was 883 opioid deaths last year. So you take 883 of them.
Yeah. 883
suicides. So many murders.
Yeah.
You're losing a lot of people, man.
Losing a lot of folks.
Senselessly. Let me see. In 2020, 45,855 suicides took place in the United States. 36,508 were men.
That's what I'm saying.
36,000.
36,000 men said, you know what, I'm out of here.
I'm checking out.
And here's the ticket. When daddy that's supposed to be the alpha male, supposed to be the king of the hill, supposed to be the football coach, the uncle that looks out for you, when he's decided I'm gone, that weakens the whole community.
Absolutely. That 36,000 were men. Is that nationwide or Oklahoma?
No, that's nationwide.
Okay.
That's nationwide.
That's still a lot.
And then 9,347 were women. That actually took their lives. And what I did find, though, is that most of the suicides took place, those people had mental health issues. Some sort of mental health breakdown, was the reasoning for it, or according to what was reported. And then Tulsa is ranked 15th in the nation for suicides.
15 in the nation, Tulsa, Oklahoma. You hear it right here on Black Wall Street. 15. I tell you what, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to give you some numbers you can call, some support systems that's out there, and then we're going to get into these hot topics. They studying black men out there. We're going to find out why next. This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on your News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We'll be right back, y'all.
And I know you guys see the awesome apparel that Charles and Damali wears on the show. If you like to get some of that, visit newsyoucanuse.tv. That's newsyoucanuse.tv. Be a part of the entourage. Today's show is brought to you by our sponsor, United to Fulfill the Dream Education for Scholars annual fundraiser, taking place Saturday, February 19th at the Greenwood Cultural Center from 1 to 3 p.m. This is an amazing event. You want to be a part of the community. You want to give back to your children. Visit the website right now, educationforscholars.org/events, and be a part of something amazing in North Tulsa. We'll be right back.
Advertise in the Tulsa Black-Owned Business Guide. It's a monthly publication reaching all of Oklahoma and beyond, giving exclusive content about your business and many businesses that are connected to you. Full page and half pages are available. Purchase and artwork are due on the 25th of each month. Visit us online right now at www.tulsabobn.com for more details, or email us right now at tulsabobn@gmail.com for pricing.
If you are looking for an exciting place to worship or new church home, World One is that place. A church in the heart of the city with the city in its heart. Our in-person service is every Sunday at 10 o'clock a.m. at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. We're practicing CDC guidelines, which include temperature checks, wearing of masks, and social distancing. You can also worship with us virtually on Facebook Live at World One for Christ Family Life Ministries. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Searching for ways to grow your business? Or perhaps you would like to invest in Tulsa's African American community? The Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce is a great place to start. The Chamber was created to serve and increase the visibility of needs in our community. It is an umbrella organization for local businesses, the Tulsa Juneteenth Festival, BWS for Black Women in Business, and the Grassroots Economic Development Fund known as BWS The Power Group. For more information about the Black Wall Street Chamber of Commerce or to donate to the Power Group, visit bwschamber.com.
It's your boy Negro Spiritual 121, representing Negro Nights every Sunday night at 8 p.m. with Sheena K from around the way, Crystal Renee, and my boy Mutz here on KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio, where we tell our stories our way.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and Somnicast on your News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. Damala, we back in here.
Yes, we back in here. So let's get another couple of these statistics so we can jump down to our
Talking about suicide.
Yes. So the highest number of suicides by race, American Indians, they and Alaska Natives, they actually have 23.6% of all suicides.
That's the highest.
That's the highest.
So Native Americans, and we're in Oklahoma. So that says a lot.
So this is in the nation. This is actually in the nation.
But
so
I'm just
23.6, 23.6% of all suicides are by the American Indian and Native Americans.
Wow.
Then 16.8% is white people.
White people.
Mm-hmm.
16.8.
They're the next highest. The Black Americans, 7.7%, and Hispanics are 7.5%.
So we kind of right together.
We kind of right together. Asian Americans are like 6.5%.
And I know we're going to give some people some information to help them, but just remember, Damali and I are going to come back and we're going to be looking at doing pop-ups at some schools and colleges and other areas to just bring more awareness.
It's another deep topic that you guys can get into that can go for a show on hours and hours. We got to. It's so much to talk about.
And we can pull people on, So just remember, guys, if you know someone who is struggling with bullying right here in the Tulsa area, you can call COPES at 918-744-4800. They have counselors available that will be able to kind of help you through that process. If you know someone who is struggling with suicide or you feel like, they are having an issue with that, then you can call National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, which is 800-273-TALK. That's 8255. So that's, again, 800-273-8255. Or you can, their website is www.suicidepreventionlifeline.org.
Right. And make sure y'all share this video because we've been covering a lot of great information. Share it. You just might save a life.
Exactly.
Also, Michael E. Smith asks, is there any updates on the Evans Fin Tube redevelopment proposal and the Greenwood Kirkpatrick Heights? Where can you get info on that? Updates.
Michael Smith, that's my guy from Houston, Texas. Right now, the latest is on the Evans Fin Tube. They're down to the last 3 developers. And we should hear something by next week. So make sure you tune in to the show and follow us on World One Development, this same show. Because as soon as we get information, we always post it on our Facebook page.
No doubt.
Kirkpatrick Heights, you can go to ourlegacytulsa.org to get all of the latest information there. We're still in the gathering process. We got a couple of pop-ups that are scheduled February the 12th and March 12th, correct?
Right here
at Oasis.
Right.
So,
we'll get into that in our upcoming events
Yes.
again. So we just want to answer that for you, Michael, because we got love for you, brother.
Yes. So looks like now we are up to our Hump Day Hot Topics.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the all new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump Day!
Hump Day! It's Hump Day!
Hey, Mike. It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
That's still that right. That's still.
Guess what day it is?
Mike.
Jamali sent me that remix. Did you see that remix
It's
they
crazy.
did? That was great. We got to run that
We
one
have to
time.
run that. Yeah, do that for the one time.
We'll drop that on y'all one day.
We're gonna do something with that.
Okay, so our number one Hump Day Hot Topic for today. Florida bill is taking aim at the critical race theory that's been approved. So this bill is being pushed by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, which you guys have probably already heard about this. And it's going to prohibit public schools and private businesses from making white people feel discomfort, and that's in quotes,
right.
Discomfort when they teach students or train employees about discrimination in the nation's past. And so there's a big argument going on. There is another Senator Chevron Jones who is saying this bill is not for blacks. This bill was not for any other race. This is directed at making white folks not feel bad about what happened years ago. He says at no point did anyone say white people should be held responsible for what happened by their white counterparts. What they're trying to say is we still need to talk about it. It's still a part of history.
It is. It's still a part of history, and it's why it's a lot of shortcomings that go on with other races and stuff. So we can't sit on the sideline and everybody be like, we don't know what happened. We don't know what our grandpa them did. Yes, you do.
Right.
But anyway.
And just when we thought the cop killings would stop, they've ramped back up too.
Ramped up again.
And a lot of them are black people that's being get shot.
And,
absolutely.
Hey, and you need to be educated.
So, guys, just make sure that you're paying attention to this. And that's what we talk about when we say what happens in our in community is bills now are being created and legislation is being created to get these unjust laws on the books that are going to benefit other races and not us.
So go out and do everything you need to do to have your ID, your real ID, your social security card and everything. Because when it's time to vote, now you don't have to ask whether or not voting is important.
Right.
Because
you see what's happening.
And if you don't know, you tune in to World One Development, because every time something come out, we're going to educate you in a simple form of everything that's going on.
Exactly.
And it's about, for us, it's not about black and white.
No.
It's about fairness, and it's about doing the right thing.
Absolutely. Okay, so Morehouse College creates an institute for black male research. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I'm super excited about it, and I think it's going to be great.
Right.
Morehouse College announced on Tuesday that it has launched what school officials say is one of the most important initiatives, the Black Men's Research Institute.
Yes.
Morehouse, which has been built on educating and building up the morale of black men for over 150 years, wants to be known as the go-to place for research that results in better health, professional, and societal outcomes for all black men.
Right.
So they're going to be doing a study that's going to involve the culture, economic, personal, and social outcomes and issues affecting black men today, with a particular focus on places where racial disparities exist.
Wow.
So they're going to specifically focus on black men and the challenges they faced. It's a 4-year grant that's funded through the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation.
Right.
They're going to partner with the Morehouse African Studies and Histories Department to serve as a springboard for Black masculinity study and minor, along with online certification programs. So they're going to do a yearly symposium and lectures and all of that. But I think this is great.
Look, no disrespect to nobody else.
Right.
But I prefer for somebody that look like me to work on me and tell people about me. Because I don't want the report to be like I'm overly aggressive and then I'm promiscuous. And I don't need that report out there on all our brothers, so that when people see us in society, they feel fearful because of what these studies. Let these studies go to people that are educated to break us down, and let's get our information from there.
Absolutely. A Virginia mom is allegedly threatens a school over a mask mandate.
Get out of here.
Now, y'all need to stop it. Okay, so a Virginia woman was charged last week after a comment made at a school board meeting that landed her in hot water. Amelia King, 42, allegedly made a threat at the Page County Public School Board meeting. The school board was about to vote whether or not masks would be required for students, and she took to the mic for 3 minutes going off, basically.
Wow.
So she done went off, and what she said was, my children will come to school on Monday with a mask on, that's not happening, I will bring every single gun loaded and ready.
Well, thank you to all these people that feel like everybody should have a gun. Because it's obvious people just getting on mics and threatening a whole school board, and everybody don't even care.
That's a terroristic threat.
That's a terroristic threat.
So what she said was, I'll see y'all on Monday.
Shoot, I would be at that school. She dropped that mic, and by the time that mic hit, I'd been at home. These folks is crazy out there tomorrow.
People is crazy. So the police ended up arresting her and charged her with an oral threat while on school property.
Well, I hope she's still locked up.
She bonded out, $5,000 bail, and she bonded out. But and then after she did all that clowning, they ended up voting anyway that they were not gonna reinstall the mask mandate. Just the teachers.
I got
had to
two
wear
words for that. I got 2 words.
What is that?
Calm down.
What my sister say? Take several seats.
Take several seats. That's a whole sentence. But sometime in life, people listen. Just calm down. Chill out.
Just chill. It's not that serious. Why are we getting all radical about a mask?
What
Come
else
on, y'all.
You didn't hear about the
tripping.
2 ladies that attacked the man with the mask? 2 white ladies who attacked the black man.
Because he had on a mask?
Because he wasn't wearing a mask.
Because he didn't have on a mask.
Because he didn't have on a mask. So it's extremists on either side.
And it got racial.
Yeah.
It went from you don't got a mask to a race black versus white.
That's the kind of country we live in. We got to do better, y'all.
We got to do
better.
better.
Let me do some quick shout outs. We got Antoinette Jones on with us.
Hey, Antoinette,
what's
how you
going
doing?
on, family? We got Miss Stacy Ledbetter in the building.
Hey, Stacy.
Mario B. Troyes all the way out of Funky Town, Texas. He called it Fort Worth or he called it Funky Town, but either way it goes. I love my brother and I miss him. And Antoinette, probably because they thought other parents would react like her. That's what Antoinette said about the lady with the gun.
Yeah,
but
she tripping.
They didn't pass it anyway. So
it didn't
calm
happen.
down.
Yeah, just chill. So did you guys hear about this, JB, and this will interest you. Teen truck drivers may soon cross state lines under the test apprenticeship program.
Oh, teen? Hold up.
Hold on, let me tell you about Let me tell you about this. Yes.
Teen.
An apprenticeship program for young truck drivers overseen by the federal government will soon allow teen drivers who complete the training to drive across state lines.
Hold on, you made JB turn the music off. Can you turn the music back on? We don't want to stop the music because you're like, but I still.
If it has referred to them putting teens in the truck,
you said teens. He cut the music off. He turned off the lights in the studio. He put his drink down. What are you drinking? Because of the red cup. Come on. So
check this out. The American Trucking Association supports the new test program, which included in the infrastructure bill that was signed into law in November. So this is something new. So there's one truck driver who says he's been driving for 43 years and he's supportive of the plan to train 18 to 20-year-olds to drive semi-trucks across state lines for up to 3 years. He said right now, only drivers 21 and older are allowed to go across state lines, right? So that means they can drive these trucks in city.
Can I give you a quick breakdown?
Yes.
Okay, truck drivers do have a very dangerous job.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay. You have to have so many hours of training to know how to safely operate a truck. And then once you get out of that class, you have to actually learn how to drive the truck.
Right.
Right.
The industry is forcing younger and younger people into trucking because a couple years ago, they did a lot of new regulations that cut off a lot of older drivers.
Yep.
And they had to either retire, they couldn't keep up with all the paperwork, or the physicals. You had that was an issue. So, I mean, they got to slow it down a little bit and stop rushing people into these trucks because these trucks are dangerous. I was in Funky Town, Fort Worth, Arlington area,
Texas.
And we're driving down 360 or whatever it is, and this kid's just weaving. Weaving.
Oh, he done tore his whole microphone up.
Man, this kid is weaving. This is a young kid too. He's got to be brand new truck, fresh out of school. Just got his first trucking job, and he is weaving through massive amounts of traffic. And I said, "Look at her. Would you look at her?"
Man,
I said, "Man, he gonna either kill somebody or have an accident."
Well, give us your suggestion.
It was a mile down the road,
and he had an accident.
He had to pull over because he tore up 2 cars.
Oh no!
Weaving in and out of traffic. And this kid, if you just understand that vehicle that you're driving, I don't care how old you are. Yeah. If you respect that vehicle, you could be 10 and drive it. But it's a lot of power behind an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
And you got to respect it.
So this is what they're saying. So this apprenticeship program is supposed to screen young drivers, eliminating those with DUIs or tickets for causing crashes. And upon completing the training to get your CDL, participants would have to undergo 400 hours of driving on probation with a seasoned driver sitting in the passenger seat.
I like that.
It won't happen. They're too young, man.
So Kitty Wheeler, she is a truck driver. She's been driving for 23 years, and she said she thinks that 18 to 20-year-olds, that's too young. So
you're on the road, you're young, you're not thinking, you're thinking about 19 different things. You're over here Snapchatting all your field trips and your drop-offs and your pickups. You just that's a job. If you want to be a truck driver, you have to take it serious, because if you kill somebody, that can cost you the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I'm just over here trying not to hate on the 18 to 20-year-old kids.
I don't want to hate on them either.
I don't want them to be like, Charles, news you can use has no love.
Charles, I want them to have a shot, bro, but it's got to be a limit on something.
So let me say this, and then I know we got other stuff to cover. So how long you been driving trucks, JD?
I've been driving since 2013.
Yeah. So that's been about 10 years.
I have 8 years under my belt.
Mm-hmm. So what is your suggestion?
They got to set the age limit at 21 plus. I just can't see. It's yours. I just can't see.
You good?
No, I can't see them letting 18-year-olds. Had to be an extensive amount of training. I'm good with it if they get the proper training, because it's a good paying job. It's a good industry to be in.
Right.
It's just very dangerous when you don't have enough training.
Right.
And know how to deal with the dangerous situations, because that truck can go down the road 3,000 miles and never have an accident.
Well,
but it's when you're in dangerous situations that
what they're trying to do is they said that only 3,000 young drivers at a time would undergo the training, and they will be selected from trucking companies with the best safety record according to the transportation department.
Everybody thinks they got a best safety record.
Let me add in what our listeners are saying. Our partners are saying this. So Antoinette said, I hope they have to have an older passenger with them.
Yep.
We said that.
Yep.
Mr. AJ said more truck drivers that are young are going to cause more deaths on the highway. And Teresa said, I hope those 18 to 20-year-olds are mature enough to handle the responsibility.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me say this.
Yeah, go ahead.
I saw with FedEx, they was going to have the truck driving by itself. So I'm like,
that's a long ways down the road, though.
No, I ain't cool with that.
I seen the truck cruising. There wasn't nobody in there. Is that a Tesla?
That was a prototype.
Yeah.
It still was going down the road with prototype or not. Oh, so it wasn't real?
It wasn't real.
Right. Oh, okay. I feel better. So let's go with the 18
They
to 20-year-olds.
They do have some self-driving trucks that they're trying to get out there, but
I don't know about that.
It's a lot of safety things that have to be in place in order for that to even happen.
Yeah.
Let's just be in prayer for the trucking industry that we can get this right.
Because I do agree that we do need more, to stop this clog that we got
we need
going
more
on.
We need more drivers. Go out there and get the training and get. I don't care how. If you get the proper training and you're responsible, go for it.
Just let me know when they training so I can stay at home, even though I got love for them. What we got next, Damali?
All right. Okay. COVID cases. Man, COVID cases are going crazy. I just wanted y'all to know this. 8,810 new COVID cases just yesterday.
Right. And then like a week ago, it was 16,000, the highest cases since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
So guys, be careful out there, wear your mask, socially distance, get your vaccine, whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, let's do that.
And we'll talk about this one next week because I do want to hit on this a little bit more. So we'll just skip that one for today. All right. Our Did You Know fact. After receiving her BS and MS in chemistry from Queens College and New York University, respectively, Marie Daly went on to complete her PhD at New York City's Columbia University. Upon graduating in 1947, she earned the distinction of being the first African-American woman to receive a chemistry PhD in the United States.
Good stuff.
Daly's groundbreaking research included studies of the effects of cholesterol on the mechanics of the heart, the effects of sugar and other nutrients on the health of arteries, and the breakdown of the circulatory system as a result of advanced age or hypertension. This was your Did You Know fact on Dr. Marie Daly.
Marie Daly, boy, shout out to you, sister. You was making it happen.
She did that,
back
didn't
in
she?
the day. Yes,
Okay.
indeed. And we still benefiting today.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so upcoming events. Don't forget, if you're looking to have your birthday party, quinceañera, banquet, wedding, vendor fair, or any other event, the 36th Street North Event Center has dates available. Give us a call at 918-200-9046 to reserve your spot.
The nicest venue in town.
You better ask somebody. Fitting Back In is now taking registrations for justice-involved individuals, past or present, in Tulsa County for job training programs that will yield living wage jobs in the fields of welding, truck driving, shipping and receiving, and I don't know if they got to be 18 or what, shipping and receiving, diesel mechanic, and CNC classes are starting in February and March, as well as credentialed certifications from Foundry College in the areas of Salesforce administration and project management. Those classes start in May. You can contact Christy Williams at Christy, KRISTI.Williams@fittingbacktulsa.org or call 918-592-3500 to sign up. Spaces are limited, and we're just here to help justice-involved individuals.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's a great program. Look, February is next week.
Awesome.
And these slots are going fast.
Absolutely.
You now no longer can sit at home and say, oh, I got out, I don't have nowhere to go. You better give Christy a call. Email.
Paid training.
Yes. Paid training, a
Look,
$250 stipend.
Look, and we're going to give you a stipend every week and transportation and help you with your housing.
You have no excuse.
If you've been in any trouble and you getting home, and you hear this message, you better call Fitting Back In.
And share the information with those that you love.
Absolutely, absolutely. Prayer Time Grief Counseling, Pastors Chloe and Doug Allen. They're on every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m. You can give them a call at 717-275-8940. Put in the code 615-876. You don't have to suffer in silence when help is available.
Absolutely. And that's why we talked about bullying and suicide. It goes right along with that.
And they also have a book out, Morning to Morning, Navigating the Journey of Grief, which is available on Amazon. Yes. So you can check them out on Amazon. That's Pastors Chloe and Doug Allen.
Congrats on the book, guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oasis Fresh Market. They are open Monday through Saturday from 7 o'clock a.m. until 10 o'clock p.m. and Sundays from 8 o'clock a.m. until 8 o'clock p.m. So make sure if you need something, run by there and holler at AJ.
Absolutely. You know he's going to be full of that good energy.
Greenwood Kirkpatrick Heights Master Plan Pop-Up Community Event is set for Saturday, February the 12th from 12 o'clock p.m. until 2 o'clock p.m. at Oasis Fresh Market in the Spot.
There you go, Michael, right there, all the way in Houston, Texas. That's your update.
Exactly.
See if you can make it. If not, we'll be live.
We're going to be live, and we're going to have that live food for you, and we're going to be taking it easy.
Having a good time.
Yeah, having a good time. All right. Alzheimer's Diversity Outreach Service presents The Struggle is Real, Living with Alzheimer's.
Wow.
This event is taking place on Friday, February the 18th at 7 o'clock p.m. You can purchase tickets at www.alzoutreach.org. For more information, you can also contact Beverly Ball at Beverly Ball, B-A-U-L, at alzoutreach.org. All right. Standpipe Hill, one of our affiliate organizations.
Shout out to Greg Robinson.
Yes, Greg Robinson over there. So Standpipe Hill Homebuyers Program is going to be taking place. They're going to be offering down payment assistance and savings match programs. These classes are going to be held beginning March the 5th. They're going to have classes such as It's Your Money Bank Sense, It's Your Credit, Planning for Retirement, Home Ownership, Rent versus Buy, the Mortgage Process, Shopping for a Home, and more. You can sign up at bit.ly, bit.ly /myhome22. I'll say that again, bit.ly, bit.ly /myhome22. Or you can contact Christy Williams at Christy@standpipehill.com.
Absolutely. Get in that crib. Y'all know y'all ready for a house. You can jump out of that apartment. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Get a crib. Get a crib.
Is he rapping? Black Wall Street Motorcycle Rally is happening May 13th through 14th in the Greenwood District. For event registration and vendor space and sponsorship opportunities, go to blackwallstreetrally.com. And don't forget to sign up to get your free home COVID test. You can go to www.covidtest cbop.gov in order to sign up to get your rapid test. And you get 4 rapid tests that are going to be coming. Our family done signed up, so
I think they're actually sending those out this week or next week.
Yes.
Should be next week.
I got an email, so I can't remember what date it was, but yeah. So make sure you guys sign up for that. Birthdays today is our friend Jabbar Shoemate's birthday.
Man, it's a holiday.
Yes,
today is a national holiday, my boy. Show him some love. We down in Oklahoma City making it happen. You know what? Tomorrow is my wife's birthday, January 27th.
It's another official holiday.
Another official holiday. Two back to back. Well,
Lord.
it's Lynette Saloni's birthday.
And Erica. Shout out to the family. That's a lot of birthdays on one day.
So,
big week.
Yes.
Big week, man.
The 29th, it's AJ's birthday at Oasis.
Oh,
we need to go take him a birthday cupcake.
We got something for him.
Yeah. On January 30th, Mario Johnson, your Sigma brother.
What? Big Snuggles.
Yes, his birthday.
Look, I call him Big Snuggles on here because Big Snuggles about 6'4", 330. But he way down there in Georgia, so what he gonna do?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Mario. We love you, man.
Smile.
Absolutely.
February 1st, Alicia Andrews and Joe Brower have birthdays.
What? Happy birthday. That's the family right there.
So don't forget, you can purchase the News You Can Use gear that you see Charles and I rocking every week. You can purchase that, and you can continue the conversation on our podcast at www.newsyoucanuse.tv, or you can go to nycu.fm. Don't forget to reach us on all of our social media platforms. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and we have our websites. So that's World One Development, Edureg Youth and Family Fund Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and Fitting Back In Prison Reintegration Program, and Oklahoma Community Support Coalition.
Once again, this bullying and suicide, share this video because we finna live and not die around here.
Okay.
Damali, great job on the show today, JBZ.
Yeah.
Great job on
Shout out to the Wall Street Band for the theme song.
Yes,
our
thank
new
you, Wall Street Band.
Original theme music for the show is played live by the Wall Street Band.
Now Facebook can't cut us.
Now they can't get us no more.
Yeah, and shout out to all of the listeners. We love y'all participation today.
Yes.
Thanks for all of your questions and answers and comments.
Right.
It makes our show be what it is. So we got to get ready to get out of here.
Yes,
so
let's roll out.
If you want to help us stay on, please consider donating to Eden Media Services to help our community radio continue to stay on the air. You can send your donation made payable to Eden Media Services to 1533 Norfolk Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74106. This has been News You Can Use with your boy Charles Harper. That's me.
And Damali Wilson, that's me.
And we are live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So make sure you tune in.
Later, guys.
And of course, this week's episode has been sponsored by the United to Fulfill the Dream Education for Scholars annual fundraiser taking place Saturday, February 19th at the Greenwood Culture Center in historic Greenwood from 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. For more information on this great event, please visit the website educationforscholars.org/events. If you would like to promote or advertise your events or business on our show, inbox us on Facebook at World One Development. This has been World One Development's News You Can Use with Charles Harper and Damali Wilson. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to this station, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with KBOB 89.9. This is World One Development's News You Can Use.
89.9 KBOB Tulsa. Yeah. Black on Black Community Radio. Straight